Welcome back. Today we're making Chichen Itza. Let's get started. So we will start with the default cube. Let's just move it up a little bit. And let's size down the top. What's going on here? Let's get back to this mode. Go into edit mode. I'm doing this pretty late on, so I'm going to try and do it pretty quickly. It's not going to be the quickest of all time, but I was watching the new Survivor episode. It is the second episode of the merge, so that was pretty fun. Just make this pyramid shape real quick. We'll make some steps by making a bevel and then go into custom and just setting the presets to steps, setting the segments to, how many segments does it have roughly? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, what did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So set the what did I do here? 9 segments. Hit enter. Apply preset. Oh, 9. Oh, maybe we have to double it because right now I think like splits them in 2. Okay, I think that's good, and then we'll adjust the width to kind of get this shape going. See, that looks pretty good. All right, let's make the ramps. Anyways, what I was saying before is that oh, that's the wrong material. Yeah, I was watching Survivor. I'm a pretty big Survivor fan. I started watching right before COVID hit, actually. It was spring break right before COVID. I was a part of the ski and snowboard club at the University of Michigan. We went to Park City, Utah, and while we were there, like, you know, we'd ski and snowboard during the day, and at night, you know, watch some shows or whatever. I broke my thumb during that trip, so I had to be very careful when I was snowboarding. I didn't go out every day, but that's kind of besides the point. That just made me think of that. But yeah, we started watching during Winners at War, which was like, you know, maybe not the right season to start on. If you've never seen Survivor, every so often they have like returnee seasons. So the idea is that you have players who have played before who come back, and typically the quality of the game is like slightly higher because they already know what they're doing. They don't have to worry about like the survival aspect as much. So yeah, that was that's how I started watching, and then it kind of just went from there. Once COVID actually hit, I binged like the first 20 seasons, and then after that I was like, okay, I gotta slow down. You know, I have other things to do with my time. Let's see, how does this slope exactly come out? Okay, so it comes up to the first level, and then it goes out past those steps. But yeah, I think it's a great show. If anyone ever wants to watch, I'd recommend starting with either season 28, Cagayan, or I think it's 37, David versus Goliath. David versus Goliath. Oh my god, I can't speak. You don't need to know anything about the show to like to start watching. Like each season is independent from each other season as long as there's no returning players, which there is no returning players for those 2 seasons, so don't worry about it. I think it comes out to like here, right? Something like that. Maybe we'll go in just a bit. Let's look from the top. And we'll take you and you. Oh, you and you. And we'll move you in. How far out did these go? About the same width as the box on top, maybe a little smaller. So let's size you down. Let's grab this and this too. Something like that. Okay. Now let's add, we me see if this is gonna work. I want to add steps to this part. So to do that, I'm gonna try and add an edge loop here, then bevel that edge loop out to the width of the stairs that I want to go to. Why is there so many edge loops when I do that? What? It's just one loop, right? Huh? Oh, it's because it... Okay, wait. I do want to bevel it, but I want to bevel it the other way. Or, like, I want to add steps the other way. So if I go to... oh, set segments to 1. Yeah, okay, so do this first. And then... I'm going to select... would it be this edge? And then bevel? No. That edge with this edge? Huh. Ah, I see what I did. That's gonna be annoying to fix. I should have kept it as a rectangle. Okay. We'll just quickly undo that. And while we're at it, I also was not in object mode when I made the ramp, so let's fix that by doing it in object mode this time. Okay, here we go. Size you down, or I guess we don't size you down quite yet. Let's just move you out. Let's just go into wireframe mode. I do want it to... I don't know why the snapping doesn't work. Maybe it will work now that we're in object mode. It's possible that it's something to do with that. Okay, let's do this. Or no, let's size down and Z first. Is that the right height? Yeah. Oh no, it needs to be a bit shorter. Okay. I think that's right. It is. Okay, let's snap now. Okay, like that. And we can change our snap to face and select vertices. I'm going to keep this selected. Does this work in edit mode? I'm not sure. I thought that was snapping to something, but I don't know if it's the same height. It didn't look like the same height. Yeah, no, it's higher. What is it snapping to? Maybe instead of snapping to face, we snap to edge? Yeah, that looks good. Alright, now let's take all of that and move it in the Y direction. Line that up. Take this face, move this over just a bit. Now, okay, something like this. Let's try and add the edge loops now and see if this will work. We might just have to manually make these side slides. Like what I'm trying to do right now is create one section that has the steps, but then you see these kind of like, they're not railings, but just side sections that don't have steps on it. So if we do this, now we just have this part highlighted. So within that bevel, if we come here and make a segment, this is gonna be like, let's make it like 32 or so. Why is it the wrong way? Is there any way to change? No. Nope. No. Okay, not that. Oh wait, maybe let's do this. Still bevel it out. And instead of doing the stairs, we'll just do this with one. Now once we've created this, now we select this, and then we bevel. Okay, yes. I think this is what we want. We take that, and we give it a custom preset with the steps. Alright, well, let's change this to 32 first. And steps. Maybe we'll change it to even more, like 128 or so. Apply. Seems like that could be good. I really don't like this topology, but maybe that's okay. We'll see. Oh wait, it went in. Oh, it took the width of this side. Like you see how down here we have this width, we don't have that up there. So let's undo this. What if we do this section first? These two. Bevel. Why does it do that? What? Okay, what if we bevel all of it at once? Okay, that works for this part. Can we come here, set this to 1, okay, and then maybe we bevel here? No. We still can't bevel here. What if we go like this? Oh, yeah, that could work. Could it? Wait. No, because it drags up these with them. Oh, what if instead of... Okay, I think this might work. Instead of using G to move it up, what if we use E? So let's look from the side, go like this. Yeah, and snap should be on G. Oh, no, not G. E, Z. Like that. And then we can select this face and this face and fill it. And then fill these in as well. Okay, I think we're getting somewhere here. Fill this in, select this face, bevel, go all the way down, but this one will be the steps with 128. Nice, look at that. Sick. Alright, very happy with that. Alright, now let's take this entire thing and look from the top, look in wireframe mode and size it down in the Y direction so that it's about this size. Why is it? It looks like it's not centered. Am I crazy? Like, look, this is below this. Interesting. That's okay. I think that's fine. Alright, so we want to take this and then create a duplicate on this side. We can use a mirror modifier for that. In the past, I tried to make an empty at the center and rotate this around the empty 4 times, and I have not been able to figure out how to do it. I didn't do it, obviously, with this object in particular. Oh, wait, where did the steps go? What? What happened? Did it not actually make steps? Why is it so flat? Or is that actually... Is it just the perspective? Oh no, there are steps. I think. It looks flat on this side, though. Is it steps on the other side? What? Why is that happening? What's with these faces? We delete that face. Oh, I think I get what was happening. I don't know why that face didn't get deleted. Uh-oh. I think what was happening is that we had created a face on top of a face. So I think by deleting that, now it looks good, but for whatever reason, we have one straggler. And when you delete that straggler, what if we just delete the edges? No, that's even worse. Now this gets... What? But why? Okay, we'll just leave that as a... as a, I don't know, a single slope. That's okay. Alright, let's, now that we have all this, let's select everything, go in object mode, and we'll resize it again. Oh, it's sizing down to this point. Why is it doing that? Whatever. We can figure this out. Something like that I think is realistic. That looks about good. Does it go out quite that far? No. So let's look from the side, and we'll take the whole thing, size it, or maybe we can just go in edit mode. Take oh, now with the steps it might be annoying. Okay, let's just take the whole thing then and size it down in X. And then when we're back in object mode, so we still have this, the mirror, we can, or not the mirror, the snap tool, the magnet, we can do this, and then that should be good. I think that looks a little more realistic. Okay, let's try this empty trick again, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, and I'll look it up in a later date. Excuse me. Alright, made these axes, just a set of plain axes, and then we want to create a screw modifier for this object. And the screw modifier, or is it a screw or is it an array? I think it was array, but let's try it with this. Like this, iterations to 4. Yeah, I don't think it was the screw. I think it was the array. Do an array. Instead of relative offset, let's up this to 4. It's going to be object offset. The object is the light, or not the light. What am I doing? The empty. What? What? What is going on, man? Okay, let's select this empty. Rotate around the z-axis. Like this is working. It's doing the rotation that I want. But what is up with the size of everything? Did I? Okay, let's do this first. RZ90. Okay, we have all that. That didn't really work as I intended, but I want to figure out what's happening here first. There's no relative offset. There's no constant offset. It's just an object offset. Like if we set this to 0. Why does it change the size? What? What? I didn't change the size of the empty, right? I don't think I did. Well, like now I'm changing the size, but this is intentional. Okay, let's undo all of this. Okay. Whatever. We'll just do it the old-fashioned way. I really have to figure out what is going on there that's causing this, but we'll figure that out at some point when I have more free time. Okay, so we have our stairs. We can call this body steps. Okay, let's take the steps, make a duplicate, right click, change the axis from X to Y. Only looks like 1 right now, but that's okay. Rotate around the Z axis by 90, and then move you along the Y axis. Hold up, what's happening? Rotate around the Z axis by 180. Oh my god, I did it. 18. What am I doing? Rotate Z 180. Yes. G, Y. Okay, let's move you out here just for now. I think whatever's happening with this snapping is struggling a little bit. Let's look from the top. Get you centered. Snap to the grid for this one. Okay. Okay, now we're here. Maybe now we can do edge. Let's try it. G, Y. Oh, there we go. Nice. All right, we have the general shape now. Now let's take this and get this face and kind of get it a little higher to match this. There's kind of this like tiered thing going on. So let's wireframe mode. Let's move you up. Maybe to like here or so. Let's see. I think maybe this whole thing is slightly bigger. If we can take all of this and size it up. Maybe not size it up like that. What if we just take, instead of taking the top face, just take these faces and size them up. But not, yeah, Shift Z, I guess we can do that. Okay, we'll take that, and then maybe we'll take this top face and just move it a little higher. Okay, something like this. Come back here, select this edge, create some edge loops. We want, how many edge loops do we want? Okay, well we need one section, then a second section, then a third section, so that's 1, 2, 3 edge loops. So R, 3 edge loops, and we'll have them a little up higher, something like this, and then we can take this edge loop, yep, and move that up so that it's equally spaced as compared to the distance between the top and the first edge loop. Oh, let's turn snapping off. Then we can take these faces and extrude them across the normals just a little bit. That's too much. Let's look from the top when we do this. Just like that. Okay. And anything else to do here? Maybe we can make the holes in the door holes. Could try that. Let's see. Let's inset a face. Maybe this isn't the best way of doing it. How high do these faces go? Basically up to there. So what if we just instead let's create a cube. Move it up. Size it way down. Z. Let's go into wireframe mode while we do this. Move it up. Okay, get it roughly centered. Size it down in Z even some more. This seems like a decent height for the hole. Look from the side, we want to make sure that it's aligned with this face, so let's turn this on, this face. Let's move you up and down, get this aligned. It doesn't seem like it's snapping properly, but I think that's okay. Let's size you down in Y now, and we want to size you down so that the hole seems like approximately the right size, which is like this-ish, so let's go down kind of like that, and then we can take this top face, let's go to edit mode, take this, and move you up, or no, GZ, something like that. Alright, and then we can go back into object mode, take this, add a Boolean modifier, and it's the difference between that and the cube. And if we go here to check that, that looks like that worked. Alright, nice. Okay, let's go back to our cube object then, and let's create a duplicate of this that we will rotate by 90. Oops, rotate on the z-axis by 90. And we can take this part. I think right now if we were to look in wireframe mode for our pyramid, why is this not being booleaned? Oh, because they're different objects. I wanted to do it while it was the same object. Okay, so let's delete this. Let's go into edit mode. Then we can select the whole thing, duplicate, rotate Z 90. Okay, now we go back to object mode. If we check this, go in wireframe. Okay, we do have these holes, but I think at the intersection of the holes would be, let's hide the cube for now. There's like a box, yeah, because the two rectangular prisms intersect there, so that adds an extra intersection, and then the difference modifier doesn't work properly. So what we can do to rectify that, I guess, while we're in object mode, is we will go into edit mode here. We can take this part, take this face, move you in the Y direction until basically the midpoint, or a little. Let's look, actually, let's do this from the top view. GY, like here. How do we get it to be exactly that face? Edge, maybe? Yeah, like that. Okay, then we can take this entire thing, create a mirror modifier for it. Cross Y. And now, if we go back to object mode and look at our pyramid, our top disappeared. Why would that happen? It must be something with the modifier on the body. Okay, let's undo. Okay, so it's probably using the mirror modifier that made that happen. So what if instead we go like this, just make another duplicate while we're in edit mode? That's fine, and then move it up. How do I do this? I want to move it up so that this face right here coincides with this face. So GY, when I do this, it doesn't exactly, my mouse doesn't, oh, you know what we can do? We can rotate this around Z by 180, and now if I move it, no, it's still doing that, huh? Okay, there's probably a way of doing this other than what I'm doing, but I'm just going to take this face and try and do it like this. Like that. Okay, I think this should work. Now if we're back in object mode and look at this and hide our cube, now it goes all the way through. Sweet. Now I know this is not really like the most realistic. There's like extra holes there or whatnot, but for the purposes of this, you know, we're already 30 minutes in, so I think that's good enough for the general shape. So what I'm gonna do now is just add some color. So let's go here, add material. The material is gonna be kind of like a off-white towards yellow, like this kind of gist. Make the roughness higher, like a 0.8 or something. It's not metallic, something like that. And you know what we can do to add some kind of like texture to it if we know where the camera is going to be. Let's position our camera real quick. This is actually already a pretty good position. Let's come in here. Let's take our light. Where's our light? Our light's right there. Let's position our light like here and here. Change it to a sun. Point the sun towards the pyramid, change the strength to 10, change this to rendered mode. Okay, so if we really want to accentuate the differences, what we can do is come up here, let's select this, let's get out of that just for now. Look from the top direction, so Z, go into edit mode, and then we can select all the faces from the top, maybe except for these. I guess that's fine too. Create a second material for that that's maybe slightly darker. Or maybe that should be the bright one. So let's keep this as this. And then all the other faces should be... Okay, so let's select everything first. Create this darker material. That's going to be a copy of this material. Oh, wait. What am I doing? This should be that, then we copy it. Then we can take this material, bring down the brightness a bit, assign that to everything. Now we look from the top and select all of these, and then select that to the lighter material. So now the sides are slightly darker and the top is slightly lighter. Kind of gives it like a shadowy effect that I think looks pretty good. And we can do the same thing for our stairs. So let's go back into object mode. Let's take that. We'll take everything and make it the darker color. Which one is the darker one? It is this. It's a sign. Then we'll go to the top. Select all of you. Create a new material. This one, the sign. Something like that should be good. And then let's do it again for here. Let's create the material. All of you are this material. Then look from the top. Enter edit mode. Select all of you. Create the second material. That's the darker yellow. Assign that. Maybe we can make this yellow even darker and like maybe move it towards orange a little bit, something like that. Let's look at this again, and then we can make like a brownish color for the sides of the stairs and for this. I guess brown is just this. It should be like gray. Yeah, I think gray is more realistic. This is kind of like enhanced. You know what? We can make ours enhanced too. Why not, right? Okay, let's create a third color. That's gonna be like a brownish, like darker, maybe towards grayish a little bit. What does it look like here? Something like that. I don't have texture here. If I had more time, I'd like look into some brick textures and whatnot. But for now, we'll just stick with this. So let's go into edit mode. Select this edge loop and this edge loop, and maybe these faces as well. What did I do there? Oh, I unselected the edge loop. Oh my god, okay, let's redo this. Here. Oh, and this. Don't forget that. What? Why does that unselect you? Okay, there we go. Here we go again, and again, and one more time. Last time, and we'll assign that to you, and then we can come down to our stairs, and we'll take this face and this face and add the darker color, assign that, and then we'll come to the other set of stairs and do the same thing here, here, new color. All right, and there we go. There is our Chichen Itza. Maybe, let me think. Do the stairs, the side stairs? No, they're still like a brighter color. Okay. I think I'm happy with that, given the time we put in. Let's go back to here. Zoom out a little bit. Sweet. And here is our model. Let's render it real quick. Oh, we have this still hidden. In the render, or in the viewport, but on the render. Now let's hide it in everything, and there we go. Here's our Chichen Itza. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time. Peace.